Hello my gorgeous people, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is my weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's from the 18th until the 24th of March 2019. Now, I said it last week, it was all about the spiritual awakening. Indeed, it is a very, very important time. It is a very, very significant time that we are all going through. It is the time of the realization. It is the time of the spirituality. It is the time of when the certain things in our lives are going to be highlighted, and they're going to happen, and they're going to unfold in such a way where so many things are going to become obvious, so many things are going to become significant, and so many things are going to have a certain meaning, because we as a collective, we as the world, we as the actual consciousness, as a global consciousness, are going to go through something really, really important. It's an important stage that we are going through, and I cannot explain how important this is going to be, because this is the time when the vibrations are actually changing. Vibrations are changing around us, and they are actually kind of making us to realize things that have been around us for a really long time, but it was kind of, it's just we need to go through the certain cycles. We need to go through the certain cycles in order for things to realize, in order to realize what exactly is happening. Okay, this is a really important time, and as I said, the last week we had the beginning of the spiritual awakening. Now this is the week which is going to be very significant when it comes to the actual unfoldment of the actual spiritual awakening. We are not finished. I'm not saying this, oh yeah, we just had a spiritual awakening last week and that's it. No, 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 baby, no. We are not finished with the spiritual awakening. We are going to the really important time of the global consciousness, of the global power, of the certain vibrations that are actually going to just kind of like put a light and just heal and start a certain healing, where people are just going to kind of start finding their way out of the situations that they think that they're not going to find the way out of the situations, like let's say previously before. This is a really important week now, 18th until the 24th of March, because this is the continuation of the spiritual awakening. It is not as strong as the last week, but it's all about a certain unfoldment, which means that there is something else going to happen this week. Something really significant is going to happen this week, and something really important is going to happen this week. I'm not talking about just the individual signs, individual horoscope signs, individual zodiac signs. I'm just talking about the fact that there is something really important going to happen this week, and that particular thing is just going to be so connected to the spiritual awakening that we had the week before. And on another hand, by the end of the actual this week, from the 18th until the 24th of March, and on the actual 24th of March, this is going to be the key point. This is going to be the main point. This is going to be the point when people are just going to start kind of getting vibrations like there is no tomorrow, and then there is a really, really important realization going to happen. That particular realization that it's going to happen is just going to affect all of us on a global scale. It is all about our power. It is all about our energy. It is all about us, like, using our power and using our energy, and also it's just kind of like it's just going from one dimension to another. This is a very important time, because we're going to realize something really important on the 24th of March, by the 24th of March, but on the 24th of March, or by that particular day, there is a certain realization going to happen, and that realization is just going to be basically our way out of the situation. This is very sacred. This is very significant, and it's a lot to do with the changes, and it's a lot to do with with the whole new dimension that we are going through right now, and the whole new dimension that we are all going to walk through, and the whole new dimension that is just going to bring us all together, and the whole new dimension that is actually going to kind of just put an end to things that have been happening, that have been really, really negative. Things are not going to just stop by themselves, but most certainly this is just going to make so many people feel so good, so many people feel so powerful, because lots of people have kind of got a little bit low, because there have been lots of low vibrations, whatever you watch, low vibration, whatever you hear, low vibration, whatever you focus on, low vibration. Yes, I'm talking about things that have been affecting people globally on a global scale. And now people without even realizing are affected by these things, and people without even realizing get attached to these negative energies. And when we get attached to these negative energies, we are like kind of not even realizing like kind of darkness, sadness, and a certain little like maybe even like a not depression, but a very low and very negative feelings that are actually kind of holding people and making people kind of not to be themselves 100%, because there is always something like a little bit negative that is just kind of holding them back. And these are the things, like a little bit of things that are actually caused by these certain energies. When it comes to us and when it comes to our personal development, when it comes to us individually, this is gonna be really, really, really good week. So this is all when it comes to like a global scale, on a spiritual scale, you know, realization. This is gonna be positive. This is gonna be significant. This is gonna be significant indeed. But when it comes to us individually, when it comes to us like a sign by sign, ooh la la, baby, this is really good, because as I said, spiritually there is going to come through the whole new balance. We're gonna feel very wise, we're gonna feel very intelligent, we're gonna feel very clever, we're gonna feel very powerful, we're gonna feel our vavavoom this week, most certainly. We're gonna be very sharp when it comes to like deciding things for work, deciding things for career, making really big decisions, like doing things, healing and things like that. This is going to be absolutely wonderful week. And when it comes to the actual week after the spiritual awakening, when it comes to this particular week, which is all about the certain unfoldment. Now, what I said before, what I wanted to say, that we had the spiritual awakening, and there are going to be many spiritual awakenings this year indeed. Many spiritual awakening. And that's why I said from the last week we had a spiritual awakening. Now we have a really important unfoldment, because this is all about rediscovering and discovering ourselves. And there is going to be another spiritual awakening indeed. But as I said, this unfoldment is spiritual, very spiritual and very significant when it comes to our personal development. We are going to be showered with a certain power this week indeed. So use it wisely. It's a strong connection. Our intuition is again going to be like, oh my Lord. And that particular intuition that we are going to have this week is going to make us feel really smart, really clever, and really intelligent. So that's why it's so good to kind of do things and to start things and to focus on things that you wanted to do in a really long time, but especially those things that you didn't have a confidence with. Maybe you want to talk to someone, you didn't have a confidence. Just go for it. Trust me. Maybe you wanted to start something, you just didn't have a confidence. You know, maybe you wanted like to try something for the first time. Maybe you want to have maybe you wanted to have a certain negotiations. This is all about success, power, luck, and most of all, big, huge realization that we're all going to have by the end of this week indeed. So now I'm going to start this reading, my beautiful babies, with the horoscope sign of Aries. Now, Aries, it is all about you realizing something really important about yourself, you realizing something really important about what you've done, you realizing something really important about a certain stage of your life where you were putting like your energy on towards. It could be your work, it could be your career, it could be something that you've been focusing on, like for example if you're retired. However, you are going to have a really good sign, really good, not sign, but you're going to have a really good news from somebody who is your authority, somebody who you appreciate so much, and somebody whom you maybe didn't have a certain response to something before. There is a karma with this person, karma with an authority, karma with this person. When I say karma, it means that you already had some kind of start, and you wanted to prove something, you wanted to do something, and it's like kind of didn't go the way you wanted this to go towards, and that's why this karma is coming back. This karma is going to happen again, and now this is really important. And why karma comes back, it means that this week is also going to be very powerful when it comes to your own personal spiritual development. And this is why karma comes back, because your spirit needs to work on certain things. Your spirit needs to do something again, and this is what happens. Our spirits needs to do something again on this particular spiritual journey, okay, because we're not here on this earth forever, okay. But so basically when we need to like kind of help our actual spirit it to grow, then this is when the karmic situations comes back, because you're gonna need to work on something again. However, my Aries, my beautiful babies, this is gonna be really good. You are going to get a news from somebody who's your authority figure, and they're gonna tell you that there's something really great, and that in itself is just gonna be so good for you. It may not even seem that huge, it may not even seem that big, but it most certainly it's going to make you feel really good about yourself, really optimistic about yourself, optimistic about what you do. You're going to be able to prove your point this week. Aries, 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 you're going to be able to prove your point this week, and I like this, I like this, I like this, because I know how much this is going to mean to you, because otherwise you wouldn't feel as creative as like how you are going to feel. And on another hand, this is going to bring you really, really wonderful balance, and somebody's also going to surprise you this week, and certain person is maybe going to show like a certain generosity, and that in itself is just going to give you a certain idea. It's going to surprise you, but it's going to give you a certain idea. But when it comes to the career, when it comes to work, or when it comes to some kind of financial situation in the certain stage that you were focusing towards, you will realize that certain journey is coming to an end. You will want to stop something. There's a certain discontinued of effort that you are going to have, but that's really good. A little tiny little baby disappointment that you are going to have, a tiny mini disappointment that you are going to have, but hey, you know, this is the world, it's life, you know, this life is not meant to be easy, and when we have a certain disappointment in our life, it's just teaching us that there is something else. There's always a lesson to learn, there's always something new to learn, and as I said, this is the way our spiritual journey evolved, this is the way our spirit evolved, and that's why I'm saying that this is going to be really good, this discontinuation, because it's going to make you realize it's time to move on. Time to move on, and it's going to be brilliant, because this is going to be in itself followed by you kind of starting to feel free, you starting to feel really good, you being, as I said, like really creative, and this is all going to be about your own personal success, and I think this is absolutely brilliant. There is a big change you will want to make, there is a big change that you will want to focus on, and that big change is just going to be connected to your home, to your immediate environment, and this is just something that is also going to be really good for you, and it's just going to make you feel really honorable. It's going to make you feel really good when it comes to your own self-esteem, and also there's going to be a lot of appreciation that you're going to have this week, and this is exactly what your spiritual petrol is going to be. Lots of like praising from other people, like whether it's to do with work, whether it's to do with career, whether it's to do with the family, whether it's to do with the people around you. It is just going to be so beneficial, and it's going to mean so much to you indeed. It's absolutely brilliant. When it comes to your health, my babies, okay, it's about the liver and kidneys. Liver and kidneys are going to be very sensitive areas, a very sensitive area for you this month, liver and kidneys, okay? And basically it is just what I would like to recommend to you. It's actually going to be berries. You know, I've recommended this before. I can't stress this enough how important this is. Please try to do this, Aries, for me, please. Try to have every single morning, if you can, for a month. It will be ideal, but if you can have 10 for at least like about a couple of weeks, it would be fantastic. Berries, blueberries, raspberries, goji berries, blackberries, any berries. If you can have organic as natural as possible. I don't know if things are 100% organic anymore, you know, too much of the little trails above us, ew. But anyway, let's just forget about chemtrails and things like that. But it's just like, basically, if you try to get like organic things, it would be absolutely brilliant. And organic, like a blackberry, raspberry, blueberries, because that is absolutely brilliant and ever so significant actually to have for you, for your liver and kidneys. It works like a beautiful filter. It's full of vitamin A, C and E. It's going to do you the world of good. I would highly recommend to do juices by yourself every single morning. It's like 3 seconds. You mix it all together and just drink it on an empty stomach. It's absolutely brilliant when it comes to your liver and kidneys. Indeed, as I said, vitamin A, C and E, and it works like a lovely filter when it comes to the actual kidneys and liver indeed. Okay, and also when it comes to the actual those of you that are in relationship, ooh, your partner is going to have some kind of opportunity that is just going to be absolutely unmissable. Something really life-changing is going to be going on, and it's going to happen. It's going to start manifesting in your partner's life. I'm not saying it's going to happen then and there, especially in that week, but it's just going to be the unfoldment of your partner having a certain opportunity that is going to be life-changing. I know your partner is going to be kind of like wondering about something, but just say to them it's going to be absolutely okay. I think it's going to be a little bit from your side, some kind of like a green light that you're going to have to let your partner know. It's going to be the balance from you that is going to be required, and the balance from you needs to be positive, because this is something very significant that it's going to happen to you and to your partner after this week. Now, for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, ooh la la! You know, it seems like there is someone that is just going to happen around you. There is someone that is going to kind of manifest around you, and that person is just going to give you va-va-voom feeling. Va-va-voom feeling. But it's just in so many different ways. Va-va-voom feeling in so many different ways, because this person is just going to be very optimistic, and this person is going to put a bigger smile on your face, and this person is going to motivate you in so many different ways. And suddenly you're going to find yourself having a certain strength. You're going to find yourself having a certain power, being surrounded by this person, and this is just going to be such an optimistic time, and it is the great determination that you're going to have. That person is just going to start manifesting this week, and it's just going to be somebody whom you're gonna really want to kind of start. You will kind of see yourself being really far in your future. It's somebody that is just going to become part of your life later on. Very significant beginning of something very important with some certain person over here. Ooh la la, Aries. Now, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, of course, is going to be Taurus. My beautiful Taurus is going to have a life-changing choice this week. Ooh la la! Taurus, it is all about love. Taurus, it is all about emotions. It is all about reconnection. It is all about happiness. Again, a certain person in your family, of a certain person who you really think highly of is going to go through something really important, really special, some kind of success, some kind of power, and that's going to rub on you so nicely, because it's going to make you feel really optimistic, and it's going to give you a bit of a power, and it's also going to kind of give you the certain direction. There's the certain direction that is going to unfold from that. It's like a lot of ideas that you are going to get through this, but this is really good. This is the right type of idea. And also there's the whole new important choice that you are going to have. This choice that you are going to have this week, this choice that is going to present themselves. Now, this choice that is going to become presented to you, my goodness, this choice that is going to become presented to you this week, it's going to be life-changing. There's going to be a couple of things that are going to be like ooh la la here, and there's a couple of things that it's not something that is just going to start then and there, or it's going to unfold straight away, but it is just going to be the beginning of really wonderful unfoldment, and both things are going to be equally good, both things are going to be equally strong, and both things are going to be really amazing, because it is just going to be kind of also connected to the certain invitation and opportunity that is just going to be connected to this, and it's just going to be absolutely life-changing. And then again, October 2019, it is going to be direct connection to this, my beautiful Taurus. So there is a beautiful little baby seed that you're about to plant here. Whatever you do, think positive. Whatever you do, have open mind. Whatever you do, try different things. Whatever you do, try new things. Whatever you do, try to go, you know, if you feel like, oh no, I'm gonna go path number one, path number two. No, go path number three. Try something different, try something different. Little secret for you, my beautiful Taurus, this week is going to be try something a little bit different. It is going to be a little bit, you're going to have a little trick of the mind this week, which means that you're going to feel drawn towards like some like a path, let's say certain things, certain way of thinking. Path number one, you're going to feel drawn towards to go towards the path number one, but then path number one is going to be okay, but there's going to be obviously number two available. The trick of the mind is going to be that if you feel drawn to go to number two, you go to go to number one, you will go to number two. As I said, both of them are going to be good, both both of them are going to be positive. But if you go for the other one that you wouldn't normally go for, my babies, there is something very, very special that is going to happen, because the whole new passion is going to be born, and that new passion that is going to be born is going to lead towards a big change. And that big change is going to be connected to a certain part of your life and a certain stage of your life that you wanted to change for a really long time, my babies. And that's why I'm saying that this is really good. And this is also going to have a direct connection with you making the certain changes. You have felt like really drawn to make a certain changes also when it comes to your home, my beautiful Tauruses, for quite a long time, for quite a while. And this seems to be a time when you're like on top of the world when it comes to things like that, because you are going to be kind of going through lots of things like emotionally when it comes to your home, when it comes to your direct environment. And indeed, but this is really good, because this is absolutely the right time of the year to kind of like change things, to focus on the feng shui, move the furniture around a little bit, bring new things in, new plants and things like that. Very significant time indeed. And also, you know, there is going to be just tiny little, like a little tiny little thing that is going to happen. And the tiny little thing that is going to happen is just going to make you realize that there is a certain stage in your life that you really need to hurry up with. You know, there's a certain problem that started. It's to do with you, it's to do with your life, it's to do with your emotions, it's to do with your materialistic life, it's to do with money, finances, and the certain stage you really need to a little bit hurry up with, because it's not only about you, it's like maybe other people in your life are going to be involved. So you're just going to need to go off your way a little bit and just to kind of like see the bigger picture, see the huge picture, because there is something when it comes to family, when it comes to things like that, something from you is going to be required, like really amazing input. But you can't wait for things to start and unfold and develop themselves, because I'm not saying it's going to be too late, but I'm just saying now it's the time, Taurus. Be stubborn and go for it, go for it, go for it. And also somebody with a very interesting and artistic temperament is going to tell you something really good. My goodness, Taurus, you're having so many interesting and life-changing informations this week. This is crazy in the best possible ways of being crazy indeed, because somebody, as I said, with like a very artistic temperament is actually going to give you a really wonderful idea, and that particular idea that you are going to have is just going to be literally life-changing. And let me just tell you something, that there is also going to be a little redirection that you are going to have this week, and also the certain adjustment and readjustments of things is just going to bring you to a whole new world of possibilities. What else I was going to say is just basically, do you know what else? Like when it comes to money, career and finances, like so important, because there is going to be a clear picture that kind of become obvious to you, and also you're going to realize that the effort that you have been putting in for so long and you didn't maybe see the necessary outcome, the effort is nearly true. The effort is about to happen, and this is just going to be so good, because it's just going to kind of make you feel so good, and also it's just going to give you like a kind of like a new new control over the situation, and that in itself is just going to kind of help you to kind of relax with the certain problems and focus on the different areas in your life. When it comes to the actual health, it's like ooh la la, you're gonna have a lot of like a dry lips, dry skin, okay? And also this dry lips and that dry skin, please try to stick to like no chemicals, like a shower gels with no chemicals, like a body lotions with no chemicals, creams with no chemicals, lip balms with no chemicals. This is so important. But especially skin dryness is going to be very significant when it comes to the actual face. So please, I know that this is going to sound really bizarre, but if you can take a chamomile or organic chamomile tea bags or organic chamomile tea, it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be like a tea bags, but it's going to be organic chamomile. If you can like make it like a tea and then use the organic chamomile and wash your face with it, and do that throughout the week. Just wash your face with organic chamomile. Not when it's too hot, of course, but while it's still warm and nice, you just wash your face with this and you just let it dry, and it's so good for you. And I think that you will actually you're actually going to benefit from it quite a lot. And also, what else I was going to say, that you will benefit like also from a brewer's yeast vitamins. And brewer's yeast is a natural form of B vitamins that you can get like in a brewer's yeast, and please try to get this, because you're gonna have a quite Low levels of B vitamins, little tiny little bit of stress, not too much, but only because you're going to be making really big decisions. And that's why I'm saying that B vitamins, especially if you get them through, don't get the fancy complex B vitamins where you have too much in and they're like too many ingredients that you don't really need. You just stick to like a certain type, like a brewer's yeast, which is a natural form of B vitamins, and you get only that. And this is something that you're going to benefit from like there is no tomorrow. What else I was going to say, that basically when it comes to your partner, there's like going to be somebody around them that is just going to offer something to them, but I don't think it's the right thing. Please try to avoid any kind of negotiations when it comes to your partner for this week, because somebody is going to be a little bit ingenuine. Somebody's not going to be genuine around your partner, and somebody's a little bit snaky. For my feeling, for my tastes, you know, somebody's too snaky. So if you can like maybe just kind of like say to your partner not to do big things, not to start big things, you know, if your partner can actually, you know, have some kind of effect on that, because somebody and somebody who you can't really trust is going to be around your partner. So that's all I can say. Week after that is going to be fine, but this week just avoid. Now, when it comes to those of you that are actually single, there is some kind of like a really happy moment going to happen this week. When the happy moment is going to happen, it is just all going to be about you feeling business-like, all you feeling like reawakening, your own personal reawakening when it comes to business, when it comes to feelings, when it comes to your business and things like that. So at the time when you feel like a really optimistic when it comes to your business, there is someone that is gonna manifest, and that particular person is just somebody who you're not gonna think about in that way, but you're gonna be impressed in many different ways. And I can't see anything happening just yet with that particular person, but there is something very important that you're gonna realize, and it's all about the actual successful combination and who you actually get on with. It is a very important realization that you're actually going to have through this person. Very interesting, because this is somebody who is going to turn up in your life later on again. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is of course going to be Gemini. Oh God, sorry. Okay, the next sign I'm going to be talking about, of course, is going to be Gemini. Gemini, you are getting your vavavoom back this week. It's all about your balance. It's all about your sharpness. It's all about your energy, and it's all about you focusing on certain things in your life that are actually going to make a huge difference like later on. Again, very important week for you, and this in itself is just going to be so good, because you will be tested this week, and you're not even going to know. Hundreds of people are going to be staring at you like that without you realizing. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. No, you're going to be tested this week, but this is going to be good. This is going to be so good. This is going to be the test you want. This is going to be the test you need. This is going to be the test you require. This is going to be the test that is going to change your life. This is going to be the test that you're going to be able to walk from this side, from the spiritual bridge, to the other side of the spiritual bridge. But the other side of that spiritual bridge, once you get there, it's all completely different. It's all absolutely amazing. And this is what's going to happen here. You will have a life-changing opportunity. My babies, all you have to do is give 100%. You always give 100% anyway, but give 100%. Okay, and your power is going to be tested, your stamina is going to be tested, but this is going to be so brilliant, because it's all about your power. It's all about your recognition. Finally, you're going to get recognized in such a way when you're going to be able to feel it indeed. And certain deep concentration, certain deep study is going to be connected to this, and that in itself is going to reflect on you so beautifully. That in itself is just going to reflect on you so nicely, and I'm so happy for you, because my babies, this is all about your own success. This is all about your own gain. Okay, and also there is a big bubble. No, I'm joking. Oh God, I'm in a mood today. There is a big obstacle that you are going to have. There is a big obstacle that is going to travel towards you, and that particular big obstacle that you are going to have, you're just going to go over it like there is no tomorrow, and the whole new vision and the whole new balance you're going to get through this. Gemini, this is your time. This is your time of rising. This is your time of power. power. And this is also very interesting because you're going to find yourself, it's like almost like, oh my God, like I can't believe this. This is because there is going to be like a very, very big change that is going to happen, and that is going to influence you in such a way where you're going to find yourself in a completely different dimension, but you, my babies, are going to be able to feel this like there is no tomorrow. This is all about your own particular advantage that you didn't realize before, and now you're going to kind of, now this is all going to start making sense, and the whole new unfoldment is going to happen through this as well. It's all about successful negotiation that you are going to have. This is all about your victory, and all about your victory, and basically an advantage. Now, what else I was going to say, now listen to me, my babies, very carefully. If you're looking for a job, go for it this week, because you're going to get something amazing. If you don't get this week, then it's going to be the beginning of something really life-changing. But also, if you do have a certain negotiations and things, if you have I've dropped something, I'll pick it up in a bit. If you have a certain negotiations, you know, like, and things like that, then please go for it this week, because if you do it with this week, like through this week, with the power of this week, then you are just kind of going to go with the sync and with the flow of these beautiful and powerful energies, and then everything is just going to turn in your favor so much better, and you're just going to end up with so much more. Okay, and there is a little seed that you're going to plant this week, and that seed is going to grow really strong. That seed is going to grow really powerful. And in fact, in November 2019, it is going to be the direct continuation of whatever you're doing now. Whatever you're focusing on now, whatever big you're doing, whatever big you're making, whatever new stage you're focusing on, whatever you're starting, my Lord, this is going to be very big, and this is going to be really huge, isn't it? I can't even explain how huge this is actually going to be. But there is one little tricky trick coming here. You need to forgive and forget. There is someone, something, a karmic situation. It's keep on coming back. Karmic situation, it's very strong. Karmic situation is very powerful. I told you that this is the week after the spiritual awakening week. This is all about the unfoldment of us, all about unfoldment of our power, all about the unfoldment of the certain vibrations that we felt in the last couple of weeks. Now we are just going to find ourselves in the place where we're meant to be. And this is going to be so good for you, because you're going to need to forgive and forget, forgive and forget. Just remember me that you're going to need to forgive and forget, because this is just all going to be about your own power, all going to be about your own personal improvement. And also it's just basically about your own spirituality, and your own spiritual journey is just going from one stage to another, from one area to another, from one dimension to another. And in order for your spirit to grow, and this is going to be huge, my babies, this is going to be huge. This is what you need to do. You're going to see what am I talking about. You will see, and you will know who am I referring to, and what am I referring to, and what situation you're going to go through. And this is the situation that you're going to go through this week that is actually going to make you to kind of have an effect on this, like this auto response in such a way. Just be positive, be happy, be very optimistic, and forgive and forget. It's very important, because we karmically don't stay there, and then we kind of have to come back. We have to come back to deal with it at some point in this life or in the next life. So that's why it's so important to sort everything out in this life, because this is not the only life we live. Of course not. There are lots of parallel universes and lives we actually live. Okay, on another hand, ooh, babies, now when it comes to the actual health, you see, I like the energy levels, because you're gonna be like a little ballerina. You're gonna be like, yay! You're gonna just kind of like be very happy and very optimistic, because you're just gonna have your energy levels back, and that in itself is gonna be good, and you're gonna feel really healthy. But when it comes to like just a tiny little bit of stress, a little bit of baby stress that you are going to be going through, you know, stress is normal. I'm not saying you're gonna be like, oh my God, no, you're not gonna be like that, you know, but just a little bit of stress that you're gonna be going through. Of course, it's natural, it's normal. A little bit of stress is normal, and also most of us, you know, we work really well under the stress. We make a really good decisions after this. You know, when we are stressed and things like that. Not everyone, but most of the people do, and this is how it works. It's just a certain energy and certain balance that kind of gets us there. But basically, it's just a little bit of stress that you are going to feel this week. But then again, I also will recommend you what I said before, what I recommended to the other sign is just basically, oh please, it's just so important for you also to take like a B vitamins, but try to take it in a brewer's yeast. Brewer's yeast is a natural form of B vitamins, which is really really good, which is really important, without any rubbish ingredients, without any unnecessary ingredients added. Because this is what I might keep on saying. I'm seeing everywhere like a B vitamins are this fancy little complex, this complex that, but so much added that doesn't need to be. So you just get like a brewer's yeast, which is a natural form of B vitamins, and that in itself is just going to have a wonderful effect on you, on a little bit of stress levels that you are going to be going to go through. But it's also good for so many other things as well, and I'm highly recommending for you to get this, my babies. On another hand, for those of you that are actually in relationship, it's like, oh, there is something very important going to actually happen for those of you that are in relationship. A very significant time, very significant moment, very significant cooperation in between two people. But it's not only about that, it's purely about the actual, this is all going to be connected to a certain stage of your lives, to a certain problem that affected both of you, and also certain karma that was connected to that time. And now, this is going to be a week when you're going to kind of go back to that and sort this out. But the bottom line is that this is a very important week for both of you, and week when two people are getting together, and it's just so good, and it's just so significant, it's so powerful for both of you, and it's all about a certain harmony. There is something very important that you will kind of decide this week. It's not going to be finalized, but you're going to decide it this week. For those of you that are actually single and ready to mingle, you see, for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, I think that you're going to feel very sexy this week. You're going to feel your vavavoom back, and now you're going to feel radiant, you're going to feel sexy, and I think this is going to be like explorative week. You know, you will want to, you understand this explorative however you like, but it's just all about like you kind of finding yourself through communication, and you kind of like going out, you socializing a lot. There is something really important going to happen by you going out, by you socializing, by you connecting with the people, by you reconnecting with the people, and you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, now the next sign I'm going to be talking about, of course, is going to be Cancerian. My babies, my deep, mysterious babies. You know, you're like at the bottom of the ocean, but it's all beautiful and all powerful, and it's all shiny, and it's all blue. But sometimes it can get too murky. But now this week it's not murky anymore. This is a good week for you, my babies, because there is something going to become available to you, a realization that is going to come through someone else, realization that it was probably seemed like ridiculous to you only like about 7 or 8 months ago, but now this new energy, this new dimension, it is just going to help you to see this realization in a completely different way and in a completely different light, my baby. The whole new balance is going to come through, the whole new balance is going to come forward, and but also there is a challenge that you are going to be facing. So important, whatever you do this week, whatever you focus on, just give 100%, and you babies also be very open-minded. And this is going to come, this challenge is going to come in a form of you know, something is going to be offered to you, and it's just going to be very much so closely connected to the things that you don't know. So you will be kind of feel like, oh, I will stick to things, you know, that you know. But in this particular thing, in this particular week, I need you to be very challenging. I need you to be very open-minded. I need you to do things differently. I need you to do at least one thing different, because you're going to find yourself in a different place, you know, at the time when you wouldn't really think that you would find yourself. And this is all going to be like a kind of like come through the certain circumstances, and this is all going to be kind of connected to you and someone else, and you helping someone else, and you just being really good indeed. But the bottom line here is that basically the challenge that you are going to have, it is just going to be absolutely life-changing. It is not going to seem like that straight away on that particular week, but it's just going to be really tiny. And just remember, this is all about you, all about your recognition, and all about you kind of trying things differently. And yes, you are allowed to take care of yourself. You are allowed to buy something really posh for yourself. You are allowed to buy something really beautiful for yourself. I'm not saying that you're not like allowed normally to do this, but because you have been working so hard lately, you have been worrying a lot, and you've been focusing a lot lots of things as well. And when it comes to work, you beautiful Cancerians, not that long ago there was a little disappointment that you had because the things haven't maybe work out in such a way where you saw all the beautiful stars in the sky. You know, maybe you only saw like about 10, you know, at that moment. But what am I trying to say? It's just that basically you just have to keep going on the same journey. You have to keep going, because very, very soon, this is not even going to be that longer. This is not even that long away. There's a wheel of fortune that is about to hit you, my beautiful Cancerians, and once you get hit, you are like going to be like on top of the actual world. And what you're going to do this week, and what you have to do this week, is just keep on going and keep doing things. Be very, very adventurous indeed, because your adventure is just going to bring you the actual a certain request, and that request, as I said, is going to be connected to the challenge, and that challenge, it is just going to be connected to a certain proposal and to a certain proposition indeed. This is going to be the week of the new beginning. This is going to be the week of you feeling very creative, you feeling very powerful, but it's also all about a new beginning. And it's just all about you feeling really happy and all about you feeling really adventurous. And you're going to have a very powerful realization that it's all about here. It's all about the way you think of things. It's all about the way you focus on things. It's all about you. If you feel happy, everything else is going to be absolutely beautiful and sparkly around you. But if you feel negative, then you're just going to see all the darkness around you. And this is why this week is just going to be so important. But you know what else? There is a little snake this week that is going to kind of manifest themselves around you, and that snake is just going to be like really bad and really negative. But you know what? You're going to be so powerful this week when it comes to your psychic feelings, when it comes to your intuition, because you will be able to recognize this snake, and that in its self going to make you realize something really bad about someone and how bad people can be. And that is just going to help you to reflect on the certain situations in your life and reflect on yourself in such a way, like how people are different indeed, and not that everyone is the same. You know, one way we're all different, but in certain ways we are completely in one way we are all the same, but in certain ways we are completely different indeed. But this is going to be really good for you, because it's all about your own success again, and the very, very big realization that you're going to have. Now, on another hand, what I was going to say, when it comes to your health, it is like a digestion that is going to be very, very sensitive. Now, the digestion is going to be very sensitive. I need you to be a little bit careful and try to kind of drink lots of water, as much water as you can, because there are certain toxins that you're going to have, that you're going to need to flush out of the system. But also, digestion is going to be a little bit sensitive, so try to drink lots of aloe vera juice. Aloe vera juice is absolutely brilliant. It's rich in certain vitamins and minerals, but it's also absolutely fantastic and full of goodness for our stomach lining and things like that. And it's going to help you to rejuvenate yourself, not only your stomach lining, but also it's good for the skin and it's good for the health in general. So that's something that I highly recommend, to get natural aloe vera juice and just drink it throughout this week. What else I was going to say? When it comes to those of you that are in relationships, you see your partner is just going to be a little bit disappointed with a certain situation in their life, and then it's just going to need a little bit of your power, a little bit of your strength. You're going to need to kind of realize this. You're going to need to help out your partner. You're going to need to break this through somehow. Do something different. I've seen this before when it comes to you, my beautiful Cancerians. Do something different. Take them somewhere else. Surprise them, because this is the good way to break this certain energy away. So your partner is just going to be going through something really negative, but they might not open themselves completely, but it's going to be on you to kind of heal them a little bit. Okay, so for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, it's like, oh my Lord, no, baby, no. Like, again, stay away from somebody. It's just no. Somebody not really good is going to be around you, and I don't like this person, because this person has got many faces. This person is not really good, and this person has got many faces, and I don't like that. When I say many faces, like, they're gonna seem like, hello my darling, how you doing, like all sexy, good, nice, cute, blah blah blah, but there's a very close to them, behind them is the lots of negativity, it's lots of sadness, and it's lots of unhappiness. This person is connected to something really negative, and connected to the negative karmic situation. They hurt someone, and they feel bad, and they didn't get over it, and that was not a good situation. So I would like to stay away from that person. So if you do have someone who is like, hello darling, try to get through to you this week. If you have someone who fancies you, I mean, I can't tell you what to do exactly. It's up to you. But I would like you to stay away from this person, because this person is not who they are. Just stay away, or just like run. Okay, so now the next sign I'm going to be talking about, of course, it's going to be it's going to be Leo. Now, Leos, my babies, this is all about your own personal security and practicality. You will find yourself in such a good place this week when it comes to your finances, and when it comes to your financial situation, when it comes to your hard work, and when it comes to the things that you have been focusing on, and when it comes to those things that you didn't see any improvements for a really long time. I'm talking about your financial situations, I'm talking about your work, because there is a big change coming. Big option is going to come, my babies. Big option is going to become available. That big option is going to be life-changing. I can't explain this enough. I can't express this enough. This week it's not only going to be life-changing for you, my beautiful Leos, but it's going to be also life-changing for the people in your life, for the people you want to take care of, for the people you love, for the people you feel emotionally connected, emotionally attached to. Very, very good indeed. And this is like all about you realizing now the moment is coming. The moment of change is coming. It has been really difficult. It has been really difficult, Leos. And especially in the last week, you know, it has been a little bit up and down. The energy was like all around the place, and this is because the universe was trying to prepare you for really big change. You are affected by all this energy, like energies, like everybody in the world is like a little bit confused what is going on, a little bit confused on what is happening. So the world is like kind of having eyes open really wide and realizing bits and pieces. And I'm just saying to you now that this is a very important time, and there is a very important spiritual key flowing towards you, coming towards you. That spiritual key you can't see now, but that spiritual key is about to happen, and it's about to manifest on the 18th of March. And that spiritual week is that spiritual key is going to change your life, because you're finally going to find yourself in a situation where you're going to be able to unlock the door, and this door are going to be absolutely life-changing. And it's all down to you, and it's all down to what you've done so far, and it's all down to you. You're going to realize, oh my God, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. It's all about you realizing that you can do it. It's all about you realizing that things are about to change. It's all about you realizing that things are about to happen. It's all about to realize that all this is just all that you did so far made really, and all the effort that you were making. Now this is all about your success. This is all about your gain. This is all about the big change that it's going to kind of like become available to you. And it's just something huge is going to come out of it. In fact, December 2019, it is going to be directly connected to this situation. So which means that something really important is going to start like manifesting this week for you. Absolutely brilliant. You're gonna end up with more than you thought. You're gonna end up with more security. It's not only about the security, but you're gonna end up with so much more than you thought that you're gonna actually end up this week, and that's absolutely wonderful, and you really deserve it. And there is an obstacle, you know, it was all about a certain obstacle that you were kind of trying to go through, and a certain problem that was kind of became like a little wall in between you and in between where you want to go. But now this is all about kind of adjustment, readjustment, good influence indeed, and expect an amazing omen this week. And the omen that you are going to have, it's going to come and happen in the form of a little bird is going to bring you an omen, and that bird is going to kind of make sense to you, because it's going to happen at around the time when you're focusing what to do next. But that bird is just going to be so connected to the actual timing. But as I said, December 2019 is going to be absolutely huge. This is all about the new harmony, all about the newly acquired prosperity, peace and tranquility. This is absolutely brilliant, because all those things that you have been anxious about and all those things that you have been worrying about, now finally this is just going to start making sense, and you are going to be able to kind of like relax. And this is really good indeed. I'm so happy, and it's a fantastic good news that you are going to have. And that good news that you are going to have, it's also going to make you realize realize, you know, a little bit of a heartbreaking situation, because you're going to have to like change something. You know, there is some particular situation that you're really going to have to like kind of come to an end, because certain things came to an end with a particular situation, and that's a heartbreaking situation, a little bit of a heartbreaking situation that you are going to have. But hey, this is all about your spiritual awakening. This is all about your power. This is all about your spiritual journey. So this is all going to be life-changing for you indeed. Okay, so when it comes to the actual health, you know, I'm really glad for you when it comes to your health, because you know the energy levels are going to be really good. The energy levels are going to be fantastic. So you are going to find yourself this week like really achieving quite a lot when it comes to your energy levels and things like that. And that in itself is going to make you feel really optimistic. That in itself is just going to kind of make you feel really happy. So people are going to be able to feel you. People are going to be able to feel your power. People are going to be able to feel your radiance. And that's what I'm saying. When it comes to your health, this is so good. But please try to like make sure that you are swimming, please. If you can swim, this is so good. They're going to be so good for you. And also make sure that you are sitting in the correct way, which means that you again have to like make sure which means again that your skeleton in general is going to be like a little bit sensitive. So just make sure that you sleep in the correct way, you sit down in the correct way, you walk in the correct way. It's so important to get this right this week. But also swimming, you know, swimming pool and things like that, that is going to be fantastic, because it's just going to kind of like get certain muscles and certain parts of your body going that are going to help you so much. Okay. And also, what else I was going to say, it's like for those of you that are actually in relationship, it's like, oh, your partner is going to have a really important moment this week. And that moment that your partner is going to have is just all going to be about them recognizing something really important. First of all, really important about themselves, really important about their abilities. And also that in itself is just going to be mind-blowing and life-changing, because it's just going to give you the whole new option. The whole new option is going to become very strongly available to you and to your partner. But in order to go for this option, you're gonna need to make a really big, massive, huge change, both of you. So this is a very important week indeed. Okay, when it comes to those of you that are single and ready to mingle, I don't think this is a good week to mingle too much. This is a great week to like socialize, great week to go out, great week to like a flirt, because you're gonna have so much radiance, you're gonna have so much power. This is brilliant. But it's just also you as well. Look, so many like signs are having this problem this week, that there is somebody argumentative going to be there, which means that somebody not with the right balance is just going to kind of happen around you, somebody with a little bit too much stress, and it's not the right person for you. And I don't trust this person, I don't like this person. Somebody who's just like too maybe argumentative when it comes to you, and somebody who's not having a good effect on you is just kind of going to try to tell you something, going to try to come closer to you. But I would just say to you to stay away. You know, this is a great week like for socializing and just having a great time as a friend, and just like flirting and things like that, because you're gonna have this radiance, so it's gonna make you feel good about yourself. But to actually find somebody really who you want to like spend the rest of your life with, oh my lord, not, most certainly not this week though. Okay, so now the next sign I'm going to be talking about, of course, is going to be Virgo. Red, yellow, green, go! This is how your week is going to be. You, Virgo, my babies, it's all about you realizing, my Lord, I'm so powerful. My Lord, I've done so well. And also, it's just to do with the situation where you thought that, you know, somebody had a certain control over you, certain person, certain darkness, certain little devil, certain dark energy, certain low vibration energy, for whichever reason had a certain influence over you, on you, without you realizing or not. Lots of you, my babies, you know, you find yourself in a situation being surrounded by somebody that was bringing you down, somebody that was making you really negative, somebody that was making you really unhappy, somebody with a really low vibration. I'm telling you, you have to stay away away from people with a low vibration. You have to stay away with the people with a low energy. You have to stay away from people that are making you feel unhappy, because this is a really bad energy. This is a really, really bad level, and this is a really bad dimension. And sometimes you Virgos are very powerful. You're very strong. You're one of those signs that have got a very strong shield, powerful field, like a Scorpios as well. You can protect yourself like ooh la la. You can be here in front of everyone, but you can put this, you can have this invisible doorbell, not doorbell, doorbell. You can have this invisible, like a glass bell around you that completely protects you against everybody, and you do this consciously, very strongly, consciously, very powerfully. You seem to use a certain part of the spiritual brain that maybe other signs are not using at the, you know, in the same way, for example. But most certainly you're able to protect yourself against this type of people, this type of energies and things like that. So you can have these people around you very often, and you may not even realize it. This is how strong and how powerful you are. But it is all about a certain control. There is somebody that is going to try to oh gosh. Never mind. There is somebody who's going to try to control you this week, and I got scared, which means that somebody is going to be a little bit more scary than actually they are. Somebody is going to be a little bit scary and low vibration, but they're going to be a little bit more scary than what they actually are, and you are more strong, you're more powerful than that, okay? So somebody is going to try to control you this week, and that person has got a strongly, very strongly red color connected to them. I don't like them. They're horrible. They lie, they don't say the truth, they're not honest, they have too much negativity around their face. So that person is going to be the key person. That person is going to make you feel a bit negative. It's going to leave a little bit of bitter taste in your mouth, and it's going to leave a little bit of bitter taste in your mouth. But how good this is actually going to be, because the fact that this person is very unrealistic, this person is really bad, this in itself is just going to be your moment. This in itself is going to be your time, because through that person, it's not about you feeling bad, it's not about you feeling negative, it's not about you feeling really horrible, but there is some kind of personal test that you are going to have, and that particular personal test that you are going to have is just going to be your answer. It's going to be a new life, it's going to be a new beginning, because at the same time it's going to make you feel really creative, it's going to make you realize something really important about yourself, and really important about your life, really important about your own personal power. You're so powerful, you're so spiritual, Virgo. It's unbelievable. So through this person, I can't explain how weird this is going to be in a good way, because by the time this week finishes, by the time the 24th happened, this person who was trying to make you feel in control, this horrible, terrible person, you're actually going to feel really good about, because you're going to be on top of the world, you're going to be way above that person. But the realization that you're going to have, it's going to be mind-blowing, really positive and amazing experience you're going to gain through this, because you're going to realize something really important about yourself, and this is going to be really, really special indeed. And this in itself is just going to bring you the whole new determination. This is going to bring you the whole new initiative. This is going to bring you the whole new strength. This is going to bring you the whole new force, activity, and power. And this is also, when it comes to the actual week, you know, like really important week, this is going to be amazing, because this is the week of your success. This is the week of your power. Something really big is going to happen. Little obstacle that you are going to have, non-related to absolutely anything, you know, that I've mentioned so far. It's related to something that started like about 24 months ago. A little obstacle, it's going to come back, so you're going to have to go over something, but that in itself is just going to help you to deal with a certain problem. The certain problem that you're going to deal with is just going to make you to kind of become really creative, and that creativity is going to help you to deal with a certain problem that I just mentioned, and that in itself is just going to make you realize that you're having a really big moment here, really big moment indeed. And that big moment is leading towards a very important path in your life, which is a life-changing, and it's all about a certain dream that you had, certain wish that you had, certain stage of your life that you were focusing on, that is just all about your own certain like kind of accomplishment that you are going to have, and a certain safety that's going to have, certain discretion that you are going to have, that is all going to be absolutely brilliant. Very explorative week that you are going to have as well. Week when you kind of like will feel like you want to try certain adventure, and there is a certain adventure that you are going to have this week, a naughty little adventure, but a good adventure. adventure that you are going to have. And this is also going to kind of come with all this energy. If you're feeling really good, it's all this energy. If you're feeling really radiant, with all this energy, if you're feeling really, really powerful, you're going to find yourself being a part of the situation where you wouldn't find yourself a little bit naughty, but in a good way of being naughty indeed. And you will see exactly what I mean. But this is all part of it. This is all about your love, beauty, perfection, harmony, trust, and things like that. All about getting this feeling back. All about like you enjoying yourself, enjoying your life, and also you kind of having so much like excitement in your life when it comes to your you focusing on your future. There is something really important going to become available when it comes to your home, when it comes to your big change, when it comes to the certain nature, when it comes to you making a really big decision as well. What else I was going to say, it's just that basically this week is also going to bring the certain request, a request that you are going to have through somebody who means to you quite a lot, but it's not like too close to you, but it's also somebody who you really think highly of. There is a certain request that you're going to have, and you're not going to be able to do it that week, and it's not going to be the great time to do it that week, but maybe 2 weeks later it's going to be absolutely fine. A request from the people, a person that you really think kind of highly of, but it's not too close to you. You're going to need to wait like about 2 weeks in order to action on that, because it is not going to be the great time now. It is all about a certain certain adjustment, readjustment, and maybe certain management when it comes to the timing and things like that. Okay, you are going to need a little bit of time on your own. There's a one day when you're going to feel like a withdrawn, which is absolutely brilliant, which means that you're going to be on top of the world, which means that you're going to feel really powerful, which means that you're going to feel really powerful when it comes to your intuition, when it comes to your spirituality. There is a very important message from the spirit that you are going to have this week, and this is going to be amazing. So you are going to have your hermit mode, and that hermit mode that you're going to have, it's going to happen this week, and you're just going to feel like it may not even last the whole day, but it is just going to be like on the right hand side, it is just something is going to appear. On the right hand side there is something going to happen. On the right hand side of your face, or like where you look, or even at the corner of your eyes, you're going to need to like kind of pay attention to, because there is a certain spiritual message that you are going to have this week, and that spiritual message that you are going to have this week is going to be absolutely life-changing, and it's also going to bring you the whole new determination indeed, the whole new passion. A family member that you were worrying about so much, is also going to have a really good news, a family member, and this is going to mean so much to you. So one is to do with the health, and the other one is to do like with the financial situations and things like that, but this is going to be so good for you, because you will be able to kind of relax after this moment indeed. What else I was going to say is just basically when you have this moment, you know what I said about the hermit moment before, this is so important. As I said, you're going to have to feel one day when you're going to feel really like kind of you want to withdraw away from the world, and this is your hermit mode. This is when your spirit guides are calling you, what angels are calling you, your God is calling you, the universe is calling you. It's kind of trying to get your attention, and this makes you feel a little bit funny, a little bit fizzy, you know, and this is why we have to withdraw away from the situation. And this is when something really important is going to happen to you, and that important thing that is going to happen to you is going to be your spirit guide. It's going to tell you something really, really powerful, and that particular thing is just going to be basically all about your own certain synchronicity that you are going to have, and the certain like creation and a certain new beginning that is at the same time going to become very strong part of your life, very strong rock in your life, very strong part of your life, and it's also going to help you a lot with the grounding indeed. On another hand, what else I was going to say, like when it comes to your health, you see that the energy levels are going to be you're going to like it. You're also going to feel very good. You're also going to feel very radiant. You're also going to feel very good. You know, you're going to be flirting with people a lot. You're going to be connecting with people a lot, and you like that. Okay, but basically it's the shoulders that are going to be a little bit sensitive, and your neck, you see. So this is why you could, if you can get a little bit of massage, would be fantastic, like throughout this week, you know, it would be absolutely brilliant. But most certainly try to sit in the correct way. Most certainly try to sleep on a side, have a nice pillow, sleep on a side, put a pillow in between your legs as well, because that will help with your back in general, which is really significant, you see. So this is something that you should do, like with your shoulders and back, okay? But the shoulders mainly are going to be very, very sensitive, very tense, okay? And what else I was going to say is another thing that is going to be like quite sensitive it's actually going to be your liver. My baby's liver. I've seen this before, didn't I? It's just keep on going. Like you see, it's not the first time I'm seeing a liver, and it's a liver. Basically, I'm going to say the same thing what I said before. It's you need a blackberry, blueberries, goji berries, raspberries, berries, as many berries as you can, organic as you can, and try, do your smoothies every morning, and do this for like about a week, for 2 weeks, for a month, maybe even. It is going to be so significant because it's full of like antioxidants, vitamins A, C, and E. But it's also going to act like a really nice, beautiful filter. And on the other hand, milk thistle. It's called milk thistle. It's an amazing herb. It's an old herbs that have been using, that people have been using like for liver detoxification. But you use this for like a little bit, like for about 6 weeks. Then you have a little break. Then you use it again. You don't use it all the time. But this is brilliant because it does help you a lot with the liver detoxification. Milk thistle comes like in a tincture, but it also comes in a capsule. So if you do go for milk thistle, you need to check with your doctor or with your GP. And if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, you also need to check with your doctor and with your GP, because only your doctor and your GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. But these are natural herbs, completely what I recommend, by the way. Okay, so another things that I wanted to say, it's like a basically it's for those of you that are in relationship, it looks like your partner also, it's going to kind of be a little a certain, there is something going to be like they need to be careful with the money, they need to be careful with the finances. Please tell them not to negotiate this week. Please tell them not to start anything good this week, and please tell them not to trust everyone this week, because your partner is also going to have somebody who is just going to be too selfish around them, and I don't like this. Somebody who's going to be like a little bit jealous around them, and I don't like this. There is a person that is jealous and a little success, and I suggest you to say to your partner to not to start anything big, to say to your partner to not to kind of start any big negotiations or anything like that. You see, this week for your partner, this is not going to be good, you see. And also not to open up too much to other people. Don't talk to strangers that you don't know, and don't open up and talk about the problems and issues that don't concern other people, because there's a little snake going to be around your partner, and I just want to kind of warn you about that. Okay, so now when it comes to those of you that are actually in when it comes to those of you that are those of you that are single, oh, it seems like you are going to find yourself in like a situation where there is going to be somebody that is really going to surprise you. This is going to be the week of like you rediscovering yourself, you were flirting, everybody will notice you, you're going to surprise yourself, because you're going to think like, oh my god, I can't believe they like me, I can't believe they fancy me, and things like that. And you're going to find yourself in a situation where someone is going to fancy you, and that particular person is not going to be somebody who you would fancy back, because you wouldn't normally think that they would fancy you, if that makes sense. But this is going to be the beginning of something really good, the beginning of something really important, and that is going to like give you a really interesting and powerful moment. But this is not it, because straight away after that there is something business-wise that is actually going to happen to you. There is something business-wise that you're going to kind of start paying attention straight away, and you're going to kind of forget about this person, but this person will reappear in your life later on. So there is someone really important that is going to happen in your life, my beautiful Virgos, this week, and this is the person that is going to play a really important role. Not that it's not going to happen that later on, like, oh my god, it's going to be very, very soon, and this person is going to reappear and play an important role in your life. Okay, but at the moment it's an important message you're going to learn through this. Okay, so now the next sign I'm going to be talking about is Libra. Okay, Libra, you've got a special song here. Okay, Libra, listen to me, my babies. You are like, you don't give a this week, okay? You don't give up this week. You know, I don't really swear, but this is what you don't, because you are like, hello my darling, I'm back. Libra, you are back this week. This is just mental, because it's just this week is gonna happen with like, you're gonna feel really great, you're gonna have your eyes wide open, you're gonna feel really brave. There's a certain bravery you're going to have, and you need to use this, you need to use this, you need to use this. Everybody will be able to feel you this week, everybody will be able to sense you you this week. Everybody will be able to notice your radiance and notice your energy. And this is when you are the strongest. Your balance is just going to be like, oh my God. And this is when you're the most powerful, Libra, when your balance is absolutely perfect. And this week your balance is going to be absolutely perfect. Never mind the fact that the whole new passion is going to be born, because you're going to start feeling very attracted to a certain stage of your life you didn't in a really long time. But also your third psychic eye is just going to be like more open than like any other eye. Like your third psychic eye is going to be the only one open this week, and it's going to be amazing, amazing, amazing. You will find yourself in a situation where you're going to need to be really, really clever. You're going to be surrounded by weird people, but these people are also going to be very important for your own personal development this week. And you just need to remember, you just burn your light, babies, burn your light, and you will get on top of the world. You'll be very important. This is going to be a very important week for you, and also great determination is going to come through. Great determination is going to come forward, and also is that all about the deep emotional feeling that you are going to have towards the new stage of your life. This is just going to have such a wonderful, optimistic influence and impact on you. A request, an important request you are going to have, and this request you wouldn't have if you didn't have a recognition. Finally, things are moving on. Whether you're looking for a job, it's a recognition, something crazy is coming through which is going to be so good. Or whether you're kind of focusing for the new stage towards the new stage in your life when it comes to your work, there is a fantastic recognition going to come through, and that is going to change your life. If you're not working, if you're retired, this recognition means that you are reaching the very, 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 very important part and very important point, very important stage of your life that is about to unfold. And it's all about the money, it's all about the finances, all about career, it's all about the new direction, but it's all about the safety. Finally, you will be able to kind of, oh, I've done this, I've done that, oh, thank God, you know, recognition with this, with that, I achieved this, I achieved that, so I can just kind of get on with things now. And it's all about your prosperity. There is something really wonderful going to happen to you, and also you're going to be able to like kind of buy something, afford something. You're going to realize, oh my God, I can buy this and afford this, and I wasn't able to do this before, and just go for it, because this is all about you, all about your accomplishment, all about you realizing, you know, this life is not forever, you know, just live your life. And it's all about you realizing you need to take care of yourself as well. I can see you doing something really important to yourself, really important something for yourself as well when it comes to like a pampering, buying something and making really big decision as well. But on another hand, you know, it's the very strong week when it comes to fertility. Just to remind you, very strong week when it comes to fertility. Don't tell me I didn't tell you. Okay, but also on another hand, it's just like basically it is an omen that you are going to have, omen that you're going to see. And that omen is also going to happen at around the time when you're talking to someone who you really like when it comes to the actual of success and good influence. And omen is it's going to be so much connected to the nature, so much connected to the little animal, and so much connected to the little bright colored flower and little animal in nature. This is all going to be kind of connected. This is all going to kind of start making sense to you, and it's all about you realizing how long it's going to take you to get to the certain stage of your life where you just need to be more patient. Okay, it's all about being patient, and it's all, so I've got a hair of my cat. It's all about being patient, and it's all about being like just kind of focusing and just kind of seeing things crystal clear. This is so good for you, because it's just a whole new harmony is going to come through, and it's also going to make you realize this is the time to bring things together, and you will see exactly what I mean, my babies. It's a swift activity and sudden progress of movement. It's going to happen that it didn't happen in a really long time, and that in itself is going to give you a good option. That in itself is going to give it a whole new strength, power. Your lucky number this week, it's actually going to be number 11. So you can write number 11 in your hand. You can write number 11 in your paper. Put someone, you can write number 11 like on a little piece of something, you know, maybe your hand or whatever. But number 11 is a very important number, and also it's trying to let you know that you're about to enter the stage of your life that is just going to change absolutely everything. So it's all about the control over a situation that is just going to help you to see a completely different picture. But then again, again, on another hand, this is going to bring you to whole new strength, courage, okay, and energy. My goodness, what an amazing accomplishment that you are going to have, and some certain things that you've been working on for a long time. Now you're going to be able to see that the actual the outcome that is just going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Family member is also going to kind of like move on from a square number 1 to square number 2, and very good development when it comes to the certain family member that you were somebody very close to you also, that you were kind of worrying about. So now this is going to be brilliant, because that person also took a certain faulty choice, and not that earlier on, that person kind of took a faulty choice, and that faulty choice took them somewhere they kind of like weren't meant to go, and this was just something to do with their spiritual journey, what affected them, and but you were worrying because this is somebody that you really think really highly of, but this is all about to change now, and there's going to be good news when it comes to that particular person, family member, and now that in itself is just going to be so good for you, because it's going to help you to kind of relax, and you will be able to kind of like just move on from that particular situation. And what else I was going to say, my beautiful Libra, is just basically, you know, when it comes to the actual digestion, when it comes to the actual health, I told you the energy levels are going to be absolutely brilliant, but to you, it's like going to be like a certain discomfort in your stomach that you are going to have, and this is just very interesting, Libra, because that discomfort that you are going to have in your stomach, it's like, I'm seeing that even if you eat like for the next couple of weeks like really healthy, and you eat like perfect things and things like that, you know, you're still going to have a discomfort. You're not going to be happy the way you feel, you know, with your stomach, and this is only because there is going to be a certain negative energy around, attached to it, which is just going to make you feel this way. And just have a chamomile tea. I recommended this before. This is just so sick. My goodness, like especially for your particular situation, it's a chamomile tea. Make sure it's organic, please, and drink chamomile tea throughout this week without sugar, please, no sugar. So chamomile tea without sugar with just a little bit of organic lemon, and that's it. Oh, honey, a little bit of honey and organic lemon, and that's it. But if you can't have honey, or you don't want to have honey, I understand some people don't want honey, then just have like just chamomile tea and a little bit of lemon, because chamomile tea is not just a tea. I wouldn't even call it a tea. Chamomile tea is an amazing medicine, but especially when it comes to your situation, digestion and things like that, this is just going to help you a lot, because it's going to make you feel so good, and it's going to kind of be very gentle, and it's going to bring a really wonderful balance when it comes to your digestion. Now, when it comes to the actual, when it comes to your Libras that are actually in relationship, very important opportunity is going to arise to your partner, and now you need to kind of like really be careful, because after this opportunity arises, there are a couple of choices that are going to be become available to your partner and to you as a couple. One is going to be wrong, and one is going to be okay. Now, you don't want to go for the wrong choice, you want to go for the right choice. And you feel intuitively, you're going to be like, ooh la la, very strong. Intuitively, you will know which choice is right, and you will both know which choice is right, which choice to go for, because intuitively, you will both go for the same choice, and you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, so for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, ooh la la, there is someone like a business-like, someone very sexy here, someone very nice, someone very intelligent, someone very powerful, someone very significant, somebody with a really right balance, somebody with very strong shoulders that is actually going to become here. Very strong shoulders. When I say it, means that is somebody not with the physically strong shoulders, but somebody like who can take a lot, somebody who can take a lot of stress, somebody who's well balanced. There's a very good option going to become available to you. Don't miss it, Libra, because this person is going to be looking at you first, okay? And this is someone very good for you indeed. Perfect grounding, okay? So there is someone that is going to be around you, and this person is just going to start kind of manifesting around this week, and they're going to be looking at you first. Hello. Okay, so now the next sign I'm going to be talking about, of course, is going to be Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Come out to dance. Okay, come out to play. Come out to dance. Okay, Scorpio, my babies, it is all about a really significant change that is going to happen in your immediate environment. This significant change is going to happen basically through you having a certain news, through you having an information from somebody in your life, somebody very close to you who's going to tell you something, and that particular thing that they're going to tell you is just going to reflect on you really nicely, because it's going to give you the certain idea. It's like an advice that is just going to give you a certain idea, and that certain idea is just going to become literally life-changing. It's going to bring a nice and beautiful general balance in such a way where you're going to kind of start feeling very, very optimistic indeed. But on another hand, it's also going to kind of make you feel very drawn towards the new certain experience, like a learning experience. So this is all going to be about your own certain learning experience. There's something very, very important also going to happen with your own possession, something that you have, something that you own, something that you really like. And you're gonna need to kind of like start making certain changes. You're gonna need to kind of start focusing, whether this is a home, whether this is a house, whether this is a house that you own, whether this is a rental place, or whether this is maybe a car, whether this is maybe like a boat, whether this is maybe a yacht, you know. Whatever it is, there is something that is going to require your attention this week, and you need to work out what this is, because this is really important. This is going to be literally life-changing, but it's also going to help you like to kind of stop certain stage of your life that doesn't need to be there anymore. The certain discontinuous is going to come through this. So this is so important. In order to know what this is, you're going to use your own intuition. Your own intuition is also going to be like super ultra strong this week. Your own intuition is going to be so strong. Your own intuition is going to be so powerful. Scorpios, come out to play. It's going to be like lots of spirits like hidden all around the place like that, looking at you. No, but this is good. This is good. The whole week, throughout the week, it's very intuitive time, and you're also going to have quite a few spirits around you that are going to be guiding. We all have a certain spirit around us. We come to this earth with a certain spirit or a certain guardian angel around us, you see. But sometimes some of us have it more throughout the life. We have it more throughout the life. Sometimes we have more at a time, you know. It all depends. But this week you have lots of little spirits around you that are going to be leaving you certain things everywhere, my babies. Certain things are going to be left everywhere for you. So you're going to be finding like a maybe plant in a strange place, or maybe you're going to find a little coin on the floor, maybe you're going to find like a little book on the floor, maybe you're going to find like some kind of I don't know, when my dad died, for example, there was a really beautiful, I looked at the window, and that was like a couple of days after, that was on the day of the funeral. I look at the window, and there was like a big bird on the window. There's a shape of a bird, you see, on the window, and it's like a little informations like that, little situations like that, little unusual informations and situations. As the bird is the freedom, my dad is happy, my dad is free, like for example, you see, it's like this is how you kind of interpret these messages. This is the signs for yourself. I only took this as a kind of example, and that in the window, when I said that I saw a bird in the window, it was after I went for a shower. So I came back from the shower, and it was all like a fog, you know, in the window, you know, I said it was all like you couldn't see through, you know, after the shower. And then there was like a big shape of the bird, like with a big, you know, big wings like that, flying right up, and I knew exactly what that meant. I knew exactly that was my dad. I knew exactly that was my father in the shape of that bird in the window. And that's why I'm saying that you're gonna have a very strong sign. So you could see things, as I said, like you will see maybe a little candle on the floor, maybe a little coin on the floor, and you see the coin on the floor, pick it up and see what's on it, see what letter is on it, what it means to you. But also at the same time, you read this power, you read these omens, you read these messages in such a way. You have to remember, you have to think what you're thinking at around the time, what's bothering you, what problem you have, where do you want to get, what do you want to do. You want to do everything, whatever you want to do in this life, you can do anything. You must not block yourself. yourself. You're one of the strongest, most powerful signs of the zodiac. Do not block yourself. This is the time of unblock, 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 unblock. This is the time of you releasing your strength, you releasing your power, focusing on the signs around you throughout the week. And these signs are going to bring you something really, really life-changing. This is all about your power and accomplishment. You're entering a very important week of accomplishment and very important week of power. And that in itself is just kind of going to bring you the whole new confidence in. So if you want to do new things, if you want to start big things, if you want to start completely brand new things and things like that, if you need to talk to somebody really important, if you need to talk to your boss, your manager, if you need to discuss certain issue and you don't know what to do, you know, we all have those. We all have those moments. You know, if you want to talk to somebody or some kind of agreement, please try to do this week. You're going to be very, very wise. You're going to be very deep. Your third psychic eye is also going to be rather enhanced, and you are going to surprise yourself how great you're actually going to feel. But there is also certain influence that you're going to have this week, and that male influence, certain male influence that is going to become very significant, and that male influence is going to be the right influence for you as well, because it is just going to kind of bring you the whole new balance, and it is kind of going to bring you the whole new power. It's going to bring you the whole new stamina, but also so much to look forward to, like when it comes to your future. But there is an important realization that you're going to have, and that in itself is going to help you to rediscover yourself, rediscover your happiness, rediscover your brightness, you know, rediscover your vibrant life. You know, there's going to be a very important realization that you're going to have. On another hand, you're going to have October 2019 that is going to be directly connected to this week. October 2019 is going to be directly connected to this week. And how is it going to be connected? Because something big is going to start, something new is going to start, okay? But this is going to happen through your own success, through your own gain, and that gain that you're going to have is going to come through you kind of overcoming an obstacle that you didn't think that you're going to overcome, and you're going to surprise yourself. And I really like this, because this is something that was very heavy for you. This is something that was in your life for the last 3 years that you didn't know what to do, you didn't know how to go about, but now you're just going to see, oh my God, that was so easy. There's going to be a very important negotiation that you're also going to have this week, and that negotiation that you are going to have, it's also going to kind of be very important for you, because it's just going to kind of very quickly, it's going to help you realize, it's going to make you realize that you've done what you wanted to do, and you're actually going to end up with more that you were actually thought that you're going to end up. And especially when it comes to the certain resources, and especially when it comes to you going on the next stage, next level of your life. Now it's time, my babies. If you don't jump in the water, you will never learn how to swim. Now it's time to jump in the water. The water is yours. Okay, so now what else I was going to say is just like a basic, this is also for you going to be a brilliant week when it comes to the actual this is a brilliant week. What did I say? Yes, sorry. This is also going to be a brilliant week if you want to like negotiate. If you want to negotiate, if you need to have a negotiations, please try to do it this week. It will be so good for you, because you're going to end up with so much more. On another hand, there is an invitation, very important invitation that you're going to have this week. Invitation, opportunity, this type of the thing that is going to become significant, and you're going to get closer and closer and closer to the most powerful stage of your life so far on this earth. Oh my goodness, karmically, this is gonna be amazing time of unfoldment indeed. Okay, so when it comes to the actual health, you see, it's like this is probably going to be the best week when it comes to the actual energy levels, and the energy levels are going to be brilliant. You know, I only see like a little bit of like a dark energy at around the head area, dark energy at around the head area, but it's like just a little bit of pressure at around the head area, which means that you're going to be prone to the headaches, which means that just the basic, this is the sign to avoid like a coffee, and try to avoid sugar. Please try to avoid sugar as much as you can. Sugar is just so bad for you, it's ridiculous. You know, even stevia, maybe natural sugar stevia would be much better than the sugar that they sell this lot, you know, but it's like just try to avoid coffee and sugar as much as you can. And try to drink lots of water, just the water with a little squeeze of lemon, would be absolutely perfect to have bottled natural water. Avoid tap water if you can, but bottled natural water, if you can use it with a little bit, drink with a little bit of lemon, like throughout this week, it will be absolutely perfect for you, because it's going to help you to flush out the toxins out of the body. But on another hand, it is going to be a brilliant week, because you are going to have a great energy, and that in itself is just going to make you feel really optimistic and really good about yourself. Okay, and what else I was going to say, it's like for those of you that are actually in relationship, it just seems like this is going to be an important moment, because it's about a certain honor, certain power, certain recognition. It looks like maybe you wanted to prove something to your partner. Maybe you were focusing on something to prove something to your partner for such a long time, but maybe you didn't get them. Maybe it was a little bit difficult. It wasn't as easy. It was a little bit like biting every now and then. And maybe two people just sometimes, you know, it depends what type of karma we are going through, what type of spiritual journey we are going through. It all depends, but it's just basically, it's all about perfection, it's all about recognition, and it's all about a certain problem that is coming to an end. So this is an important time for actually relationships, because it's all about having a really very strong admiration from somebody who you want to have admiration from. So you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, for those of you Scorpios that are actually single and ready to mingle, it's like there is somebody that is just going to kind of remind you of somebody, and you're gonna like this person because that person is going to remind you of somebody. And I just, again, to you, I would like to say it's nothing serious, it's nothing too important or anything like that, but there is a certain idea that you are going to gain through this person. First you will fancy this person, first you will see this person, but they're going to remind you of somebody else, and that in itself is not really going to be good, because it's not going to be the right person, or maybe a good person to remind you of, for example. And that in itself is just going to create and recreate a certain energy that you don't want back in your life. But on another hand, there is a very important realization and idea that you're going to get through this person. There's a certain influence that is going to become very, very strong indeed. Okay, so now the next sign I'm going to be talking about, it's actually going to be, okay, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, my beautiful Sagittarius, you are like honestly, basically all about that certain synchronicity. There's a certain person that is going to change everything. Certain person is about to walk into your life, and that person that is going to walk into your life is just going to bring so much love, so much emotion, so much happiness, and so much synchronicity that is just going to be absolutely mind-blowing. It seems like, and it looks like that this person was missing in your life for a really long time. It looks like that this person is just going to change everything, and it looks like that this person is just going to be the right influence. So you see, my beautiful babies, what happens after the spiritual awakening, after the first week of spiritual awakening. It's all about discovery, rediscovery, and it's all about a certain influence, the right influence. So the right person is going to come through, the right person is going to come forward. But this is going to be so good, because also on another hand, it's not only about like having a great determination, like being next to someone, being with someone, you know. It doesn't have to be a lover, it doesn't have to be a boyfriend, husband, girlfriend, whatever, but it's just a person that is just going to have such an amazing influence on us. Because my babies, it is not about a lover, a boyfriend and things like that. It is about somebody really important and really special that is going to come into your life and is going to change absolutely everything, my babies, absolutely everything. This person is from your past life. This is not the only life that we live, and you know this. We live many lives, you know. We are just the passengers on this earth. After this earth we go home, you see. And it's a very deep conversation, and it's a very deep subject, and at some point I'm going to be talking about it. But what my point here is that there is someone from the past life that is going to come through forward, and this is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, because there is something very important for you to work out, something very important, very significant, very similar on your with your own personal spiritual journey. At the same time, you're going to realize something very important about your money, wealth, and reorganization, and the fact that results of efforts are really nearly you. But then at the same time, you're also going to realize it's all about the temperance and harmony and patience and bringing things together. And this person here is just somebody that is just kind of going to put a beautiful colors into those areas of your lives that you've just lost the color a little bit. And that's why I'm saying that this is so important, my babies. Mwah. On another hand, do you know what else I was going to say? Celebration, 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 healing, healing, healing. Certain healing is going to come through, certain healing is going to come forward, certain healing is going to be very significant. And that healing that you are going to have is just going to be the part of you. Not only that you are going to possess this particular power throughout the week, you're going to be very strong. Whoever you touch this week is going to be able to feel it. Whoever you touch this week is going to be able to notice it, because there's going to be a very strong connection in between you, your spirituality, and you're going to be grounded like there is no tomorrow. So you're going to be like, wherever you go, wherever you focus your energy is going to be very strong, because there's going to be such a fantastic and strong combination of energies that you're going to have that is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. So beautiful healing is going to come through, beautiful healing is going to come forward. Listen to me, babies, this is no joke. This is no joke. We are able to heal ourselves. We are able to help ourselves with the healing. We are able to heal ourselves. Indeed. And this week the energy levels are going to be absolutely perfect. Try to chill out. Try to sit down. Try to meditate a little bit and think, what would you like to heal? Think where would you like to send this healing energy when it comes to you? Do you have problems with your stomach? Do you have problems with your shoulders? Do you have problems with your low back pain? You know, like, and things like that. Just kind of focus this energy and just heal yourself. This week is going to be the super week when it comes to the actual healing. And you know what? Let me tell you something. Massive problem is coming to an end. A huge obstacle, a huge issue that you had for the last 3 years, it's coming to an end. I can't express and I can't stress enough how important this is going to be. I see celebration. I see you being happy. I see big stone going away from you. I see you feeling really happy. I feel you feeling really ecstatic, but also you will kind of want to reconnect, and you will want to connect with the people in your life to have a celebration. There is literally going to be a really important celebration that you are going to have, and I'm so happy here. The whole new option is going to come through, and let me tell you something else. The whole new option will become available to you when it comes to learning. For those of you that are working and focusing on work, go for it, baby. There's the whole new task going to come through this energy. There is a certain task that is going to come forward in the form of an apprenticeship. Okay, and personal effort, and you're gonna really like this, because you're gonna find yourself in that area, in the place of your life where you're gonna be committed to the right thing, but you're also gonna feel and have the sensation of what is gonna happen later on in your life, in an immediate future when it comes to this particular situation. It's brilliant. Very important week for those of you that are looking for work, and very important week for those of you that are retired as well, because the whole new option is gonna become available for you, the whole new commitment, and that commitment is literally going to change your life indeed. There is an advice that you're going to get. Is from somebody really beautiful, really nice, from somebody very clever, somebody very spiritual, and somebody who's having a really nice sense of humor, and somebody who is actually a very honorable and beautiful and practical person, and somebody who is very spiritually connected to, you know, and also somebody who is like a very powerful in many different areas of their lives. There's an advice that they're going to get, advice that they're going to give you. That advice that you're going to get is going to be really beautiful, and it's going to be literally life-changing, and that in itself is just going to give you the whole new determination, initiative, and the whole new strength. I really like it, because this is going to be your own new force that you're going to come through, that is going to come through this particular situation. Very important week for you indeed. Now, when it comes to your health, you see the energy levels are going to be like, ooh la la, boom, very good, which is brilliant. Almost everyone has got like a really good energy levels this week, which is not surprise after the spiritual awakening. Okay, the week of unfoldment. So this brings a really good energy. Normally it helps us to get away from to get up from the ground. And also shoulders and neck. Shoulders and neck are going to be very sensitive area indeed. So what I can say is just like try to sit in the correct way, try to sleep in the correct way. What I said before, try to lie down when you're sleeping, try to sleep on your side, try to have a really good quality pillow, and also put a pillow in between your legs. I know I keep on saying this, but it's just so important when it comes to shoulders and neck. It's going to be a little bit of sensitivity that you're going to feel. So if you can pamper yourself, if someone can give you a little massage, if you can go somewhere, relax, like nice bath with the lavender and beautiful sea salt, that will help you really, really a lot in these situations. Okay, so now when it comes to those of you that are actually in relationship, justice, it looks like your partner is getting a really important justice, and that justice is going to be just as important for both of you, just as significant for both of you, and just as life-changing for both of you, because at the same time there's a really, really powerful advice that you're going to get through this. It looks like you're both going to get a certain justice, but at the same time that justice is also going to bring you like a really life-changing advice when it comes to a really unrealistic situation in your life. Okay, when it comes to those of you that are single and ready to mingy, it is going to be the week of the meeting. It is going to be the week of when you're going to be meeting people, when you're going to be like rediscovering yourself, when you're going to be like kind of like feeling like a radiant throughout the week. And also there is there are a couple of very interesting people that you are going to meet, and this couple of people that you are going to meet are both going to be kind of like connected more towards like a certain new stage that is just going to start unfolding in your life, and that in itself is just going to be more like kind of related to the business and things like that. Very strong week when it comes to those of you that are single, and when it comes to the certain motivation that you are going to get through a couple of people, when it comes to the business, when it comes to the money, when it comes to career, you see, and finances. But it is not to do with the love, it is not to do with the lovers, I mean, and things like that, but it's all about a certain success that is going to come to a couple of people that you're going to meet. And that's why this is just so important for those of you that are single, because something completely different is going to come out of it later on, and you will see exactly what I mean. But this is an important stage indeed. The next sign I'm going to be talking about is Capricorn. Come out to play. Now Capricorn, my beautiful babies, it's like this is your week. This is the time of like unfoldment. This is the time of awakening. This is the time of reawakening as well, because it's all about you kind of just realizing resources. There is something that was always there. There is something that was you always had. There was something that was just around you all this time, but it was like blocked. It was not your time. You were not meant to kind of notice it. You were not meant to kind of go forward. So now this week you're going to finally you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're going to kind of feel like you want to go forward. You want to go forward, meaning you will want to change your life. You will feel a certain strength, and that strength is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, and it's going to come from the fact that you've got all the resources, you've got everything you need in order to move on indeed, and that is going to mean to you so much. A mini little argument somebody's going to try to have with you, and I'm just letting you know now, so just stay away from the low people, stay away from the low vibration people, stay away from the low vibration energy, like if you can, because this is that they bring nothing but a low vibration. So I'm letting you this know, somebody's just going to be a little bit, tiny little bit jealous around you this week, but you know what, this jealousy is just going to make you feel really good, because this jealousy is like they're the ones with a problem, they're the ones who are jealous, and you are the one who's doing really great. You're the one who's doing really good, and this is where this negative little jealousy is going to come through, jealousy is going to come forward. So this is going to be brilliant, because now in your case, it's not going to be something that is actually going to make you worry about your life, because this is all about you. This is all about your power. This is all about your accomplishment. And sometimes people are just a little bit jealous, you see, and then the things just kind of turn out in a completely different like way when it comes to them. But to you, you know, you're just going to, this is going to be a great week, and it's going to start start with you feeling very powerful, and it's also going to start with the good news. You're actually going to have a really good news this week, and that good news is going to be completely connected to your own gain and advancement, and it's going to surprise you because it's something that you expected, something that you were focusing on, but there is also, as I said, that you're going to realize a really nice surprise, and you're going to realize that you've got a little bit more than what you thought, and that in itself is just going to be brilliant. And it's also going to be your own victory and mental clarity, my babies. There is a victory going to come through that you're going to have this week, and this is going to come through your own mental clarity. Therefore, you're going to realize something really important, something that was stressing you for such a long time. You know, it's just going to seem like a tiny little thing to do now, and this is all going to come through you feeling very good about yourself, because what you have been focusing so far, what didn't have a swift activity, now it's going to be like, oh my god, this is absolutely brilliant. So this week it's all about you actually having like a success and material attainment and advantage, well-being, advancement, and this is absolutely brilliant. And this advancement is going to take you somewhere else. This advancement is going to take you somewhere new. This advancement is also going to make you meet somebody new, make you in contact, in touch with the new people, with the different people that are going to have absolutely amazing reflection and impact on your life. And there is someone really important also that you are going to meet. And that particular person that you are going to meet also is going to play an important role later on, but at the time, at the moment, this is just going to be somebody who is almost going to give you also like a really important spiritual key that you are going to have. And that particular spiritual key that you are going to have, it's going to unlock all sorts of doors that you didn't even know existed. And this is exactly what is going to be the turning point here. Let me just tell you something, like a certain difficulty that you had 9 months ago. Just think about what could have started 9 months ago. Was a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of stress, a little bit of this like uncertain feeling. Well, let me tell you something, that this is going to come to an end. This is so important, because this difficulty is coming to an end, and in form of you having your own personal victory, and that victory is just going to make you feel very, very stable indeed. And that in itself is going to bring you a wonderful, wonderful realization that the certain wish is going to come through, the certain wish is going to come forward. You do need, my babies, to make sure that you ground yourself. This is the week of psychic power. This is the week of initiation. This is the week of energy, powerful energy. This is the week of you feeling very spiritual indeed. But your third psychic eye is just like also enhanced, like many signs this week indeed. But you have to find a place on the earth. You have to find maybe place outside somewhere, maybe in your garden, you know, even. But it would be like perfect and ideal to find it in the forest. Put your hand, find a little empty place in the forest ground, untouched ground, preferably untouched, where humans haven't been or whatever, and put your hands like this, relax a little bit, you know, put your hands on the ground, close your eyes and do this, start your grounding. It'll only be 5 minutes. Just imagine beautiful white light going all around you, around your head, around your neck, around your shoulders, around this area, and you know, and also going one hand, second hand, and then going one finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, and just imagine one hand and another hand. But as you imagine this beautiful white light is going through your finger, but it's also going directly through the ground, and it's becoming like a long tree roots through every single finger. It becomes like a long tree roots. At the same time, you're getting this power. At the same time, you're getting this energy. At the same time, you're re-energizing yourself. You're grounding yourself. And at the same time, you're asking the question, what would you like the answer to? You're asking the question, the universe. You're asking the question to your spirit guides. You're asking the question to your guardian angels. What would you like the answer to? And your answer is going to come throughout the week. And this is going to be so amazing. But just remember, at the same time when you're doing this, you just made a contact with your own spirit guides and with your own guardian angels. Very, very important time indeed. What else I was going to say, it's just like a brilliant week also when it comes to the actual, you know, the combination of like material and spiritual prosperity. And this is brilliant, which means that it's also going to be very significant if you can smudge your home. Smudge your home this week. Sorry. with like a dry sage, you know, close all the windows in your home and burn the dry sage, walk into every single room in the house, say nice daily affirmation, check my daily affirmations, find the one that you like, and just basically go into every single room in the house. In one hand have like a dry sage just burning, in the other hand have like a candle, light a candle so you can have a little bit of beautiful spiritual light and your angel with you at the same time, and just make sure you go into every single room in the house, smudge it, and say every time when you enter the room, say the little like a daily affirmation. And once you're happy with it, just open every single window in the house, okay? And then as the smoke goes, this is how the negative energy is actually going away. This is very important for you to do this so you can turn the new page, you know, when it comes to your energy and when it comes to the new stage, because this is going to be a very, very important week for you indeed. When it comes to your actual health, you need to make sure that you're eating high protein food, natural high protein food, very significant. Maybe like eggs are quite high in protein, like natural organic eggs, you know, not overproduced or like caged hens or anything like that, as natural as possible. Just try to have like a natural food that is actually going to be really high in protein. You can have like a natural protein powder. This is going to be also very significant. And if you do have this natural protein powder, just make sure that they don't have sugar, make sure that they don't have like a fake sugar, make sure that they don't have like aspartame and all this rubbish. Like a stevia is quite good, or just make sure it's like some kind of like a supernatural sugar. You see, if you have these protein supplements, you must make sure that they are completely natural. But it's going to be very significant for you to actually have a high protein supplements this week. And also vitamin D, very significant. If you can get like a natural tablets form of vitamin D, that you're gonna really benefit from this week indeed. Okay, so for those of you that are actually in relationship, there is an idea that you're going to get through your partner. Your partner is just going to go through something really important, really significant, and it's something to do with their own wisdom, something to do with their own sound judgment, something to do with their own wheel of fortune, and something that they're going to do and respond to something, and that is going to be mind-blowing. And that in itself is going to give you a very important idea, and that idea is going to be so good because it's going to help you to, like, with those areas in your life where you feel like a little bit restrained. So watch this space. Okay, so for those of you that are single, there is some really nice Vavavoom person going to come forward. Someone very nice, very smart, very intelligent, somebody very learning person, and somebody who's learning, somebody who's very powerful, somebody who's very intelligent is going to come through forward, and it's just going to kind of manifest around you. And I can see the beginning of something very important here. I can see the beginning of something very significant, very powerful, but it's all going to start on some kind of friendly level, and it's going to end up in Vavavoom place. So this is going to be so significant because this is just the beginning and it's one step at a time. But the first thought about this person when you meet them, it's going to be like, oh, I really like this person. Oh God, such a nice, smart person. You know, one of those people, you know, and you're going to like this indeed. And it is going to be a really, really nice person. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be, of course, Sagittarius. What am I talking about? Sagittarius. It's going to be Aquarius. Now, Aquarius, it's just like basically you will be kind of like tested this week, but this is the week when you need to carry on being smart. You're smart anyway, but there will be kind of certain consequences that you're going to need to deal with if you're not smart this week. Have your eyes open in the places that are never open. Put yourself in the places where you never put yourself. Do things that you never do, but just do not kind of like, you have to remember, be very, very responsible this week. You're going to need to be very responsible this week because there's certain things that are going to be thrown at you, and it's almost as if you're going to be tested, like how far you can take. Listen to me, my babies, you can take a lot. You're smart, you're clever, you're intelligent, you're very, very powerful signs indeed. You know, where Aquarius goes, where Aquarius passes, you know, there is like not even one person doesn't notice. You know, the Aquarius, you guys and girls, you know, you are like people with a very strong energy when it comes to your own charisma. You're very charismatic, and what I like about you, I said many times, it's like you move on with a snap of the finger like this, which is a trait that the signs have, which is like incredible, you know. But it's just a basic, that's why I'm saying that you will be tested, and you just kind of like, you must make sure you don't, is it freak out the right word? No, you must make sure you don't become too stroppy, you know, make him a little bit more gentle, because some certain person is going to kind of test your waters this week, and you just make sure that you don't respond the way they want you to respond, and the way they want you to respond is like be stroppy, be negative. So be very, very careful, but at the same time try to be very relaxed, you see. But what it is just like almost that person, almost there is someone going to be around you that is not going to be too maybe ecstatic or too excited for the certain decision that you made recently, and this is why you're just going to need to put your point across, and this is how you're going to need to stand your ground, not by arguing, not by talking about negative things, not about pinpointing negative things, because this type of people and conversations with a certain type of people, they can never be really good. But what you do is that you deal with the energy, you deal with the dimension in a slightly different way by actually reacting in a way like they wouldn't think that you would react. Now, this is the thing. This is why you get the hold of the situation. This is how you run this energy, and this is how you deal with this energy, and this is how you deal with the problem. Not just by like arguing back or screaming back or something like that with somebody who doesn't mean too well to you. Just be really, really, really nice. And this is going to bring you the whole kind of practicality and security that you wouldn't normally have if you didn't go for it. But this is in itself, it's also going to become beginning of the whole new adventure, because you're just going to find yourself like realizing that you have got a very big responsibility, very significant responsibility, but that you know, it's just going to be kind of realization. It's all about you having the life-changing realization. Aquarius, you're amazing, but it's all about you realizing this, and this in itself is going to happen and manifest with a really nice swift activity with you looking the picture from a slightly different angle, you know, and also beginning of a new adventure, and the whole new enthusiasm is going to come through, the whole new initiative is going to come through. You just need to rediscover yourself. I'm not saying that you didn't rediscover yourself, but this week it's going to be crucial, absolutely crucial, when it comes to your own personal rediscovery. And that rediscovery that you are going to have, it's going to make you be very committed to the certain stage of your life that's going on really now. Not going on really now. That is going on certain stage of your life that is going on really now. It's going like this, but you are maybe not realizing these things. It's not as sharp. Now this week, from the 18th until 24th, it's going to make murky water crystal clear. And once you realize what's around you, oh my God. Once you realize how far you can see, oh my God. Once you realize how far you can go, this is going to be the key point. You will see exactly what I mean. On another hand, you know, there is going to be the moment when you will want to escape. But you know, because you're gonna feel a little bit emotional, because too much, not too bad, not too negative, not too low, not too low. Oh my God, what happened? But there's just so much going to be happening, so much is going to be going on this week. Without you even realizing, you're gonna be like you're gonna be detaching and attaching yourself to all sorts of situations and energies, and that in itself is just gonna kind of take away from you a little bit of non-stress, you know. So you're gonna feel like a little bit stressed, a little tiny little bit of stress, and there will be a little moment, I'm not gonna lie, when you will feel like, oh, I want to escape, but this is not the time to escape, not a time to go somewhere else, not a time to leave this dimension. You need to stay in this particular dimension. When I say escape, you will feel the need like or maybe I want to go like somewhere abroad, or maybe a few days away, or maybe I want to escape from the situation. No, you need to stay there, and you will see exactly what I mean. That in itself is going to bring you the greatest accomplishment. That in itself is going to bring you the greatest determination. That in itself is going to bring you the greatest initiative, strength, and also force, activity, triumph and power. That's exactly what you needed, because that in itself is about to mold you into something really huge. That in itself is about to mold your life into something really powerful, and that in itself is going to make you realize something really powerful about yourself and somebody else as well that you really like. Okay, so there is a very important trail, very important maybe genetic things that you got from someone that is going to become very significant this week. Something genetic that is so powerful from somebody else that you got, maybe genetically, that it reminds you of, for example, and now that is going to come into the light, and that is going to become like a lotus flower, that is going to become like a lotus moment, and that is going to become the most powerful week of your life. You just have to be smart, because after this week everything is going to change. Not straight away, but this is just going to become this dimension that is going to become available for you, and it's going to be absolutely mind blowing. Sorry, I just dropped something. Sorry, I dropped your cards. Drop your cards, Aquarius. Okay, so now, and also what else I was going to say, okay, now it is all about the comfort. You're going to realize something really important about your financial situation, and this is good. I'm happy for you, okay? But also, somebody's also going to need a little bit of your help. Certain friend is going to need a little bit of your help. Certain friend is going to need a little bit of your help, okay? And little bit of your advice. And this is going to be powerful for you and significant for you, and something to do with like a money, financial situations and things like that. So a certain person is going to need your help, but also you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're going to feel like really good. You're going to feel very noble. You're going to feel like you really want to help someone. That's really important, because it's all about your own karma, all about your recognition, and all about your prosperity that you've actually realized that you're actually going through, and all the things that you have done are going to make you feel so good about yourself and very optimistic. Very good opportunities that are going to start becoming available to you as well, but it's also going to be like quite a lot of realizations that you know, you're going to have to be really responsible, but this responsibility is going to be literally life-changing. You just go on this road, go with the flow, go on this road, go with the flow, and you see exactly what's going to happen, my babies. You're going to see exactly what is going to happen. And also, again, I'm seeing this as somebody who is very important to you, somebody who is very faithful to you, somebody who is very significant for you, friend, a person, a smart, clever, spiritual, is going to have a really important news for you. Important. So watch for the news from somebody who you think of really highly, because it's going to be absolutely life-changing. Okay, so when it comes to the actual this week, you know, your health, you know, the energy is just going to be so good. The energy is just going to bring a balance in many different ways, because optimistically you're going to feel really good. And this energy is also going to be sometimes very energetic this week, which is also going to be very dangerous if somebody has tried to like have a little bit of argument with you or something, you know. That's why I said, don't explode, you know. You're going to be full of energy, so you need to use this energy, and you need to direct this energy in the best possible way. You say this is what is going to be. But also when it comes to the actual energy levels, this is going to be brilliant, but it's just your back. You need to watch your back, please, because it's just so sensitive. Your back in general, wow, quite a few signs are having back and mainly shoulders, but you are going to have the whole back that is just going to be very sensitive this week. So please just make sure, in your case in particular, just make sure that you're not picking up too heavy things. But if you do need to pick up the heavy things, you know, please try to take care of yourself, try to pick it up in the correct way. I'm not saying that you don't, but if someone else can do it for you, somebody who's like very physical, very strong, very powerful, that would be absolutely brilliant. So just try to watch your week, try to watch your back when it comes to this week, you know, just not to hurt them, because it is not going to last for too long, but it's only going to be this week that I can see this, that is actually going to be slightly sensitive area. And also stomach, you know, stomach is still going to be like a little bit discomfort in your stomach. And to you, I would also like to recommend aloe vera juice, natural aloe vera juice, if you can get and drink throughout the week, because it's going to be brilliant when it comes to your stomach and when it comes to this stomach lining and things like that. Aloe vera juice is full of beautiful goodness, so this is something I highly recommend you. When it comes to those of you that are actually in relationship, I think that this is going to be a little bit touchy feely week with your partner, because there's a little bit of no aggression, but a little bit of stroppy feely going to be in between you two, maybe. So just kind of try to like maybe try to not to drink too much coffee or something something, like do not make it worse or something, you know, but just to warn you, it's just going to be a little bit feely, touchy week, but it's not to do with you necessarily. I think your partner is going to be going through something, certain struggle that is going to reflect on them in such a way when they're going to feel like a little bit like anxious, and when they're going to feel like a little bit frustrated, and they will maybe try to take this on you. But then again, I'm telling this to you now, so you're going to be able to kind of control the situation by rising above the situation and not kind of going low, you see. On another hand, for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, no. There is someone from the past that is going to try to come forward. Somebody whom you have had something like, hello. Somebody whom you had something like, maybe like in your past, you see. So that's why I'm saying there's a certain person is going to try to come through, and no, this is the person that shouldn't have kind of like really been like back, because it's just like a kind of your spiritual journey ended with that person. Whatever happened, this spiritual journey with that person came to an end. So it's just somebody who is not going to be worth it at all. Okay, your karma came to an end with this person, so it's not someone how I would recommend. But you're gonna have so much on your plate anyway, like to focus on when it comes to your work when it comes to your life in general anyway. Okay, so the next sign I'm going to be talking about is Pisces, my baby, Pisces. You're gonna be like really brave this week, because you're gonna find yourself, you're gonna realize something quite interesting about yourself, and you're gonna realize something interesting about your skills. You're gonna realize something interesting about what you do and about your own particular journey. Okay, because this is going to be the week of changes. Okay, and this week of changes is going to happen in such a way that it's just going to be like literally a light bulb. You're going to have a light bulb moment, and this is going to happen on the 19th. There you go. For you have the actual date, which is going to be on the 19th of March. There will be the light bulb moment that you are going to have. If it's not on the 19th of March, it could be on the 18th, or it could be on the 20th of March. You see, it's always like one day on the actual day, one day before, or one day on. So this is going to be a really important moment that you are going to have, because it's just going to kind of give you a certain idea what to do with a certain part of your life when it comes to the certain possession. And also you're going to realize that you're going to need to use your intuition. There is a very important love choice that you are going to have. Love choice is going to become very significant, but it's also going to kind of bring you the certain balance and the certain need to reconnect with the certain people in your life. And this is all going to back to like a people in a childhood, and you're going to find yourself being very emotional, but not necessarily to like make a love to someone, but very emotional in such a way to actually have a reconnection with somebody from the past. It's just going to be the particular person that you maybe have lost like kind of contact with, and you will want to reconnect with that person. You will want to reconnect with that person so much. It's somebody very, very clever in your life that was, like it still is, but maybe you're not seeing that person as much as you would love to see that person. So please reconnect with the people in your life, reconnect with the person in your life, because this life is too short. You know what I'm saying? This life for all of us is too short. This earth, we are on this earth just for a little while. We are just passing by. We are learning our life. We are learning our messages. You know, we are having a certain experiences. We are living life like we are meant to be living, you know, and it all depends how well we have done, what we have done, and you know, when we can come back and what our next life is going to be. That's why I'm saying this life is too short. So especially if you kind of want to reconnect with something, this is a really important time to kind of like reconnect with that particular person, because it's going to be absolutely brilliant, but it's also going to bring you a certain fortunate omen that you're going to have when you have reconnection with this particular person. At the same time, at around the time when you feel like very, very good combination between you and somebody else, you're going to see your omen, and your omen is going to come in the form of a bird, and bird is going to come like, bird is going to have a strong color. There is something going to be strong color or an unusual color. There's something going to be very different about the color of this bird, and the way you're going to see this bird, and where you're going to see this bird. And also remember what you were thinking about the time, and that bird is actually going to give you a really, really important message. Okay, let me just tell you one more thing. Not one more thing, let me just tell you that basically it is just like an approach that you are going to have, a certain realization about a certain approachment that you are going to actually your life is just going to start turning towards the certain area, towards the certain stage that you didn't think it's going to be start turning. But this is good, because this this is purely through the advancement and through realization that you've got, again, like a more things to look forward to than you actually thought. And this is going to come through actually a financial situation and your own success. This is really, really important, because it's that just like a the certain question is going to be asked. Someone is going to ask you something, and this is a lot to do with your own advancement, and the answer should most certainly be yes. But you're going to be scared a little bit. You're going to be nervous a little bit. But just remember me, jump in the water. This is the great time to jump in the water and learn how to swim, because this is going to be literally life-changing. Okay, great success. There is also going to be the journey that you're going to plan, journey that you're going to think about, and this journey is going to be very significant. Not only because it's just about the journey, but it's some really powerful, mind-blowing spiritual experience that you are going to have, my babies. As long as you book a journey on this week, you don't need to go on this particular week, but as long as you book a journey on this particular week and you have this energy attached to it from this particular week, you will see exactly what I mean. There's this energy that is going to be attached to it, and that energy is just going to bring you some kind of realization idea that is literally going to change your life, and it's going to help you to make the biggest accomplishment, to have the biggest accomplishment of your life. You're also going to realize that basically like a certain recognition and honor that is just going to make you feel so good about yourself, but it's also going to be leading towards an ultimate change. My Pisces, this week everything will change. This week is going to lead towards an ultimate change in your life, and it's all about you feeling good. It's all about you feeling radiant. It's all about you being noticed by other people. It's all about a certain success, and it's all about the financial situation being there. And it's all about you realizing, oh my God, just step away from the situation and you will see exactly what I mean. Just look at it from a different angle, and that particular angle is just going to kind of also make you realize like you're going to need an advice, a spiritual advice from somebody, and this is going to be related to the big change in your life. But in order to do this big change in your life, in order to go through this obstacle, in order to feel this determination, you're going to need a little bit of advice from somebody very spiritual. So whether this is going to be somebody who you're going to watch like me and you're going to get your own realization, or you're going to get your own advice through somebody who you actually who's going to come to you, who's going to tell you this, it really depends. But that in itself is just going to help you a lot to deal with a certain pressure that you had for the last 10 months, certain pressure that was bringing you down, that was making you feel really uncomfortable, that was blocking you to move on, that was stopping you to move on, that was preventing you to be happy and have a big smile on your face. You see, this is all going to be connected indeed, because this your great accomplishment is coming. Your great accomplishment is going to happen, and that particular accomplishment that is going to happen is going to be absolutely life-changing. I can't stress this enough, because this is the week of your own power. Just go for it. This is the week of your success. This is the week of your prosperity and deep emotional feeling. And I'm saying that this is really strong because it's just kind of going to reveal the whole new stage in your life, and that stage in your life is just going to be very tremendously important for you. But you will realize that you're going to need to change. You're going to need to move on, my babies, because it's a big move on moment here. First thing, you're going to need to move on, and the second thing is like there's a really important learning experience that you are going to have. You're going to need to learn this. You're going to need to change things. You're going to need to move on. It's time to move on, and you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, and the whole new balance is going to come through, and also big change. There is a big change that is going to start happening in your immediate family, in your immediate home. But this big change is going to be really good. Okay, because this big change is going to bring you the whole new plans, the whole new choice, and that choice is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. I want to tell you just one more thing, that this week is going to bring you the whole new control. This week you're going to feel very optimistic. This week you're going to feel very sexy. This week you're going to feel very good indeed. Okay, absolutely brilliant time for negotiations. Please, if you do have a certain negotiations, go for it, because this is going to be the week. Okay, and I'm saying something that is so important. You've got a whole week, okay? So when it comes to, if you want to look for the job, if you want to look for work, if you want to do this, if you want to do that, you know, if you want to start negotiations, please do it, my babies, because you've got number 7 attached to it. Number 7 means that number 7 is going to be your lucky number. It's an angelic number. It's a very powerful number. It's a number that is directly connected to your spirit guides, which means you're going to be watched from all over the place when it comes to your own, like a spirit guides and guardian angels, and you're not going to be misled. Trust me, this is absolutely amazing time for you, of the great determination and the new beginnings indeed. It is the creativity that you are going to feel, it is the creativity that you are going to have that is actually going to be the answer. And also the certain family member is going to have a good news. The certain family member is going to have a good news, and there is a whole new confidence, a whole new idea, and a whole new kind of influence going to come through that person. But that is going to be the right influence indeed. And as I said, it's all about celebration, it's all about the healing, it's all about the power, it's all about rediscovering yourself and feeling so brave. The whole new stage is about to happen here. The whole new stage is about to unfold here indeed. Now, when it comes to like those of you that are actually when it comes to those of you that are wondering what is going to happen, like with your health, it is just that the energy levels are again going to be okay. The energy levels are going to be really good, and also that is everybody, almost everybody has got like a really good energy levels this week. But this is absolutely brilliant, because this is no surprise after the week of the spiritual awakening. So now we have a spiritual unfoldment, which is just as important, and that's why we are feeling so off the ground, because we are just like we found ourselves in the certain area in this universe where we need to really quickly find our place, and this is exactly what is going to happen here now. So the energy levels are going to be absolutely brilliant. You know, it's just a little bit of anxious. You know, you're going to feel a little bit anxious, but this is a good anxiety, not like, oh my god. This is a good anxiety. This is a little bit of good anxiety. A little bit of a good anxiety is good for everybody. It's like a stress. It's a normal feeling, normal emotion, and it helps you to balance out by kind of like getting to the certain dimension and kind of finding the right solution to the right problem. So you're going to feel a tiny little bit of anxiety. And now all I want to say to you is just so important. You need to combat this, you know, just redirect this energy. This energy is going to be very powerful. Just redirect it, okay? And the way to redirect this energy is also sorry, if you can just like lie down, if you can meditate, you know, just lie down. It's only going to take like a few minutes, you know. It's like to lie down, basically meditate, relax your body, and relax every single, you know, one leg, then another leg, then think about your knee being relaxed, then think another knee, then this part relaxed, and this part. And just as you're lying down, you're just relaxing as you're imagining the white light coming throughout your body, all over, and coming up and coming up. As soon as you imagine this white light surrounding your head, now you've done it. Now you're just lying down in your bed like this, and have this moment if you can, like as soon as you hear this video, you know, a day later, whatever, you know, just lie down and do this, and this is going to help you to redirect this feeling. And especially when it comes to feeling a little bit anxious, I'm not saying that you're going to feel very anxious, a little bit anxious. So in order to redirect this energy, you know, to the best of the ability, so it can actually shed a light on those areas in your life where you need a little bit of sharpie, helpy. This is going to be the right time, the right thing to do for you to do, just to lie down, to relax, and imagine this white light. And once you imagine this white light, as I said, around your head, you know, you're just like kind of like try to kind of think about what would you like to achieve, think about what would you like to happen, think about how would you like to have your for your life to unfold, for example. So important, because that in itself is going to be a really important lotus moment. As I said, this is going to be the life-changing week also. And on another hand, what else I was going to say to you, if you can have root vegetables when it comes to your health, it's going to be very significant for you. And root vegetables are actually very good when if you feel like a little bit anxious and things like that. Root vegetables are fantastic for you. Root vegetables, absolutely something that I think that you should have organic throughout this week indeed, okay? And what else I was going to say, for those of you that are actually in relationship, please say to your partner that this is not going to be the great time to start new projects. This is something is going to happen with your partner, and your partner is going to be like a little bit like kind of maybe stop it. It's not going to be the great week for your partner to actually have a new project. So this is they're not going to work good. You see that it's not going to be too good, you know, good unfoldment. So what your partner is going to need to do is just to wait a week, and then after that week, to actually launch this kind of new projects and things like that. If your partner wants to start a new job, don't do it this week, wait the week after, and then do it week after. If you start, your partner wants to buy something really huge, something massive, no, baby, no. Say to your partner not to do this now, to do the week a week later, because it's not going to be great, it's going to be the wrong time to actually make a really big decision. Just saying. Okay, and the next thing I was going to say, for those of you that are single, oh, there is someone very, very significant that is going to come through and come forward. And you know what? You're going to find yourself being in a very strange place this week, and you're gonna like socialize with different people. You're gonna socialize, you're gonna find yourself in being part of the situation where you you wouldn't be part of, and also you're gonna kind of feel drawn towards certain area you would never feel drawn towards. Okay, and this is all going to be the key moment for you, which is going to bring someone really, really special into your life. My goodness, you have to wait one step at a time, but there is a certain person that is going to manifest, certain person that is going to happen, and there is a little cherub flying around. Bing, ping, ping. Now cherub, this cherub is going to be very cute indeed. This cherub is going to be very significant indeed, because this cherub is just going to play the most the massive influence in your life, because you are about to meet someone who is going to change your life. You're about to meet someone who is going to have the most amazing influence on your life ever. And also on another hand, this person is going to be so different to you, but on another hand so similar to you in so many different ways. But it's just a great satisfaction and great feeling that you are going to have around this person. You will know exactly who this is. Okay, my beautiful, gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love you all to bits, and I'm sending you all brightest blessings, love, healing and light. Mwah. Okay, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. I love you all. Bye.